the Lord said to Moses, "Speak to the whole Israelite community and tell them, 'Be holy, for I, the Lord your God, am holy.'" Leviticus chapter 19, verse 1 and 2. Hello, and welcome back to Seasons by the Well, Lenten Reflections and Meditations. Thank you for joining me on this first Tuesday of Lent. As we continue our journey towards Easter, let us hear God's call in our hearts to grow and to change, and to become like the vision He has for us. God invites us not only to be the best versions of ourselves, but to continually strive for holiness, aligning ourselves with His divine will. So let us start in meditation. Find a quiet, comfortable place, free from distractions. If it's safe to do so, gently close your eyes and take a few deep breaths, inhaling and exhaling. Concentrate on your breath and bring yourself in the presence of God. Let us begin this quiet meditation with a short prayer. Dear gracious Lord, as we continue to journey through this Lenten season, help me to make daily choices that draw me closer to you. Guide me on my pursuit of holiness, that I may reflect your love and grace in all that I do. Amen. Now let's spend the next few moments in quiet meditation. If you find it difficult to quiet your mind, just gently draw your attention back to your breath, inhaling and exhaling. Let your thoughts just float on by like the clouds. Don't focus on any one, and if you get caught up in the cloud in your thoughts, just gently guide your attention back to your breath. Now gradually bring yourself back to the present moment, remaining in the presence of God. Today I invite you to reflect on the daily choices we make in our lives. Do these choices bring us closer to God? Do they lead us on the path to holiness? If you can, grab your journal and a pen, and let's reflect on some ways that we can follow Jesus a little bit better in our lives. When we're asked to be holy, to live a life of light, of justice, to live according to God's heart, what does that mean in your mind? It's not necessarily an order or an obligation. It's an invitation to follow Him. And it's your choice whether or not you accept it and decide to move forward. And it's not an impossible weight to bear, because God Himself gives Himself to you, so you can reach and get to the places where your strength on its own cannot. So let's think about some of the choices that we make in our own lives. How do your choices help you to be holy in today's world? Take some moments to reflect on the following questions. How do you treat your family members? Are you patient? Slow to anger? How do you treat your friends? Do you try to avoid gossip and speak well of other people? How do you spend your money? Do you try to be resourceful and frugal and live with just the necessities? How much time do you spend alone with God? Do you take moments out of your day to pray, to ponder, and be aware of His presence? Being holy has a lot to do with our daily moments in our lives, how we live our day to day, and how often we remember that we are in God's presence. As you continue to journey through this week, keep in mind all the ways that you can become closer to God. Have a blessed day. Thank you for joining me today on Lenten Reflections by the Well. As we continue our journey throughout this sacred season, I invite you to share the warmth of these reflections with others. Your support can help us reach more hearts in need of hope and inspiration. If these reflections have resonated with you, consider subscribing to this podcast and leaving a review. Your words can be a guiding light for others seeking a moment of spiritual contemplation. For those desiring additional faithful inspiration beyond this podcast, follow me on Instagram at _bythewell. There we can continue our journey together, sharing reflections, thoughts, and moments of spiritual connection. For more information and links to other free resources, look in the show notes of each episode. Your presence and support mean the world to me. Let's spread the light of hope and reflection as we continue this Lenten journey together. Take care and have a blessed day.